Right now you're dry. Rain hits your window and you don't even look up. You've got walls, a roof, dry socks. Take that away. Put you outside for 7 straight days of rain, temperature hovering just above freezing, wind pulling heat off your skin every second you're wet. That's not a bad afternoon. That's one of the deadliest situations a human body can face. Colder and more lethal than a snowstorm most winters. Your ancestors lived through weeks like this constantly, long before waterproof jackets or heated homes existed. So how did they make it through a week that never stopped raining? And rain didn't just make you cold, it hid danger too. Predators used the noise and low visibility of a storm to move closer without being heard or seen. Saturated hillsides gave way without warning, burying camps under mud and rock. A week of rain turned solid ground into something that could kill you just by collapsing. So the danger wasn't only the cold, it was everything the rain concealed. Let's talk about why rain is actually worse than snow for the human body. Water conducts heat away from skin about 25 times faster than air. Wet skin loses warmth fast, even at temperatures that feel mild. A person soaked through at 10 degrees Celsius can develop hypothermia faster than someone standing in dry air at -10. Snow oddly insulates. Rain does the opposite. It strips insulation layer by layer. Fur gets soaked and stops trapping air. Skin gets soaked and stops regulating temperature. Fires struggle to start and struggle to stay lit. Wood turns useless. Everything a human needed to survive got harder the moment the sky opened up. Add to that the practical disasters. Hunting stopped because tracking animals through mud and standing water became nearly impossible, and prey scattered to high ground. Rivers rose. Camps built near water sources flooded overnight. Stored food rotted in the damp. Diseases spread faster in wet, crowded shelters. A week of rain wasn't an inconvenience. It threatened food, fire, shelter, and health all at once. So what did they actually do? First, they moved to higher, drier ground before the rain even peaked. Archaeological sites like Terra Amata in southern France, roughly 400,000 years old, show shelters built on slightly raised ground with drainage channels cut around the walls, keeping water moving away from where people slept. That's not a guess. Excavators found the grooves. Second, they built shelters that shed water instead of soaking it up. Steep angled roofs made from branches and hides let rain slide off rather than pool. Some groups layered bark and leaves shingle style, overlapping them like tiles, so each layer covered the seam below it. Third, people protected their fire instead of letting it die in the wet. Under rock overhangs and inside cave mouths, hearths stayed lit through storms because the stone above blocked direct rain while still venting smoke. Sites in France and Spain show hearths reused for generations in exactly these semi-sheltered spots, chosen specifically because they stayed dry when the weather turned. Fourth, clothing and skin got treated with fat. Rendered animal fat rubbed into hides made them shed water instead of absorbing it, a trick still used centuries later by Arctic hunters waterproofing sealskin boots. It's a simple fix. Grease on leather keeps water on the surface instead of soaking through. Fifth, food storage moved underground or up into trees away from flooding and standing water. Pits dug into higher, well-drained soil kept meat and roots from rotting in the damp. Groups near rivers learned which ground flooded and which didn't, and they built there generation after generation. Sixth, and this part surprises most people, they read the sky before the rain even started. Certain cloud patterns, wind shifts, and animal behavior gave hours or even a full day of warning. Birds flying low, ants sealing nest entrances, a particular smell in the air before a storm. Groups who noticed these signs moved camp, gathered extra fuel, and secured food before the first drop fell. That single day of warning often decided who made it through the week and who didn't. And rain wasn't only a threat, it created opportunities too. Fish got trapped in shallow pools left behind as floodwaters receded, easy to catch by hand once the main flood passed. Certain mushrooms and fungi only fruited after heavy rain, giving experienced foragers a burst of food that wasn't there the week before. The people who survived weren't just enduring the storm, they were reading it, working with it, and taking what it offered. And when none of that was enough, groups packed together under whatever shelter held, sharing body heat, waiting the storm out, rationing whatever dry food remained. Waiting was often the actual strategy, not fighting the rain, just outlasting it. A week of nonstop rain killed the unprepared. Cold, wet, exhausted bodies shut down fast, faster in some ways than deep winter cold, because wet skin never gets a break from heat loss. The ones who made it weren't the strongest. They were the ones who'd picked their camp on higher ground, kept a hearth under rock instead of open sky, read the signs before the storm hit, and had fat treated needed hides instead of bare skin. You complain about a rainy commute. Your ancestors survived storms that could kill through nothing but water and time. No jacket, no roof, no forecast. Just knowledge passed down and decisions made fast enough to matter. Every dry night you've ever had is something they had to build, dig, grease, and predict their way into. A week of rain nearly broke them more than once, but enough of them made it through over and over for you to be standing here dry right now.